So I have three names, just going back to the defensive coordinator that you brought up. Robert Saleh, Jim Schwartz, Brian
Jim
Flores.
Schwartz. Jim Schwartz, another one.
Give them the bank. I don't care how much it takes. You got to get Nick Sorensen out there. In order for this Niner team to try to make a deep playoff run next year and get back, maybe even over the next couple of years, because I don't think it's going to be a one-season fix. You're going to have to build an identity, get a trusted defensive coordinator, a guy like Jim Schwartz, a guy like Brian Flores, who have already flamed out as head coaches, probably don't even want to be a head coach again, almost like Spagnuolo. Get him in there so they're there for a couple years, so they could build this defense, so they could build a system. That's how you're going to bring the Niners back, because I do have trust in Shanahan, whether it's going back to that zone run scheme, building up the O-line to do it. He's going to get this offense back to a point where they're elite. I don't know who's going to be the quarterback. I don't know if it's going to be Brock Purdy, but if he made it to the Super Bowl and an NFC Championship game with Jimmy Garoppolo, I trust that he could get us back there. You just got to build up this defense, because this defense is just honestly a bottom half defense right now. It went from a defense that was
Bottom quarter.
top five.
Honestly, bottom quarter.
It was top five for the past 5 years. You fired Steve Wilkes when he was third in scoring defense. A lot of people would take that. A lot of teams wouldn't fire a guy for a season like that. You fired him because of the Niners standard on defense, that it wasn't up to standard. What is Nick Sorensen this year? Is that the standard?
The Nick Sorensen, Brandon Staley.
He's the guy in every single press conference. You have full trust in him. I don't see one scenario where he could scheme up any kind of stops on major third downs. Every single third and long they get. You got to get rid of him. He's a nightmare. He's a nightmare. You got to get somebody else in there, like a Schwartz or a Flores.
Did you see the Shanahan interview with, I forget whoever the sideline chick is, but coming out of the first half, the question she asked him, did you see that? She was like, what impact is the weather making, essentially? And he just basically just goes, well, when you can't stop the run, like, the weather doesn't matter. He's like, we can't stop the run. We haven't been able to stop the run. And essentially just threw Sorensen under the bus. Like, you knew exactly what was coming. Like, even the Bills, like, they didn't shy away from it. They just ran, and you couldn't get any stop on it past that. After that first drive, they were running on you at will. I mean, the first play of their third drive, it was like a 65-yard run to James Cook. No one even could even smell his cleats. He was just dusting everyone. You just look old and slow, and you can't stop the run. You're going to get gashed every week. It's a good way. I said it. I said, Juszczyk fumbled, Debo fumbled, Kittle, 2 insanely bad drops. Trent Williams.
Bad drop on that 3rd and 10 around the 5-yard line. He was open on a screen. He probably had 20 yards of space.
Fred hurt, Bosa hurt, CMC hurt. Just felt like the end of an era. Honestly, kind of just felt like the end of an era there. You got embarrassed. Josh Allen gets fucking pulled with 13 minutes left. 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and Josh Allen's on the sideline with his hat on, making jokes, sitting in front of the heater. Meanwhile, Purdy's still out there.
Doing snow angels at the end of the game. Do you see that?
Angels. Yeah, and Chase, what about this? The first play after the Purdy fumble, do you remember what it was? On the pump fake.
Was it the Debo fumble on the kickoff?
No, I meant on defense. 12 men on the field on the defense. Absolutely, just hilarious.
Yep. Right back to it.
Just hilarious. It's like you kind of have some momentum, then boom, fumble, and then right away 12 men on the field. It's like, of fucking course. Of course. And then you have Collinsworth before that drive. Do you remember? He's like, oh, well, we've seen 28-3 before. You never know in the NFL. I'm just like, dude, shut up. Like, you've never seen this Niners defense. Like,
you've never seen 28-3 where it's 15 degrees, it's snowing, and no one can move the ball.
It's like, dude, they're about to get run out the fucking – oh, my God.
Also, Tom Brady's not on the sideline for the 49ers.
Exactly, bro. It really doesn't get more embarrassing than that.